What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge. It is that time of year again, commitment time, and Oklahoma lands commitment from four-star running back Tory Blaylock. Before we get started with this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Be a part of what's going on at the Sooner Surge. Also, go check out FanStop. If you didn't know, FanStop just donated over $3,000 to the Toby Keith Foundation for the Red Solo Cup shirt. You can also still purchase that. Great things from FanStop. Use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months on the Shirt of the Month Club. Guys, four-star running back Tory Blaylock, committed to Oklahoma, top 20 running back, and a guy that I think for a while most people thought this was going to be an Oklahoma commit, and now it is official. And super excited. Got some good DNA in him, and it's going to be a great addition to Oklahoma's 2025 class.
That's right. And I think really all the momentum started a few weeks ago whenever we saw that Yamaha tweet from DeMarco Murray. And I think that was kind of a telltale sign that Tory Blaylock was on the verge of announcing a commitment date or committing on the spot to Oklahoma. And it's officially official now. Jason, as you said, Tory Blaylock, he's a Sooner out of Atascosa High School in Humble, Texas. Someone last year who it says has had 616 yards and 11 touchdowns. For this next season, I would not be shocked if he puts up over 1,000 yards. Has a monster season. And also, truly, he's someone over the summer that I would also not be shocked if we see him go to camps and have a chance to rise in the rankings quite a bit, potentially in the top 10, maybe even top 5 status. Just due to the fact that he's a flat-out burner. He's got absolute wheels, and he is someone that I think whenever he comes into Oklahoma, if he does end up signing with them, he's someone that Oklahoma's not going to have to rely on to contribute immediately. He's going to be able to sit back for a year or two, develop, and obviously right now he's getting trained by his dad who trains current and former NFL players. So he's getting that training. Maybe even he is a step or two ahead of the game compared to other high school kids as well.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Son of Derek Blaylock, 7-year NFL vet. So got the DNA all-purpose back. Also not listed. He had about 260 yards receiving last year and 3 more touchdowns through the air. Can do it all. You mentioned the speed aspect. And, yeah, joining a Sooners class that's now back in the top 5. They kind of went through a little bit of a recruiting drought. It's been a bit. Ryan Foje was the last commit, and that was over 50 days ago. Then you have the Jaden Nickens decommitment. So Oklahoma moving from 8 to 5 with the addition of Tory Blaylock in the 247 composite rankings.
Yeah, Hunter, you mentioned it. One thing I was going to touch on too was his receiving skills. And I mean, a guy that you said all-purpose, can do it all. And in watching this tape, I think he's a guy that's going to continue to be more physical as he just gets older and develops. But I think he's a guy that's going to be a great combo back. Like you said, can do both things. And really, that's what you want in a running. You want somebody that you're not having to pull off the field on, third downs or whatever because they can't catch a ball and do anything with it. So that's something that he's going to be great at. And like you mentioned, Jackson, being trained by a guy that's done it. I mean, 7-year veteran in the NFL. So that's all great things for Oklahoma. And then I was wondering, guys, what do you think on how many running backs for this class?
That's something I was fixing to say.
Do you both think one? You both think one?
I think Blaylock's going to be the
kind of
because in the last class they took Xavier Robinson, Andy Bass, and Taylor Tatum. That's 3 backs there. And plus, when you talk about them this past offseason, adding Samuel Franklin as well in the transfer portal, that's 4 backs they took in one offseason. So you would think that Oklahoma's only going to take 1 back. Now, we don't know that for a fact, obviously, but I would say that just due to the depth and all the young talent that they currently have in Oklahoma's running back room, that Tory Blocker would be the only running back they would take in this class.
Well, yeah, you have to expect the 25 scholarship limit to be back into effect. Yeah. You also have to expect, even with that, Oklahoma did not even get to that 25 limit with how much they brought in 2024. They were at 27 plus 1 at a PWO and Andy Bass. That's 28 right there, guys. 27 on scholarship. And then the transfer class that they brought in, I think you're going to start seeing a limited roster turnover as you're going from year 3 to year 4 in the BV era, year 1 to year 2 in the SEC, limiting that roster turnover to where you're not filling up your recruiting class. And that might prohibit Oklahoma from a top 5 class just if they don't have enough bodies to get them to that top 5 rating on 247. And also running back. How many are they going to lose? Sawchuk and Barnes have potential to leave if need be. If they have a good enough season to see both of them leave, I don't know. It's running back's tough at Oklahoma right now. DeMarco Murray has himself a room right now at the University of Oklahoma with the 4 guys he has, and you're adding in Taylor Tatum this summer. You're also adding in Xavier Robinson. He's there right now waiting on him to eventually be good to go. And then Andy Bass off an injury. So Tory Blaylock going into a loaded room. So, yeah, exciting times for DeMarco Murray and the Sooners.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned that, the running back room. I mean, this is another one. This is a 4-star. I mean, you're loaded with 4 and there's 5-star running back. There's 4-star running backs. It's like you said, a lot of great talent in that room. And what I love about this Tory Blaylock commitment is it seems like now for a while he's been really like it's been a heavy lean to Oklahoma. And it sounds like he is heavily committed. He's pumped to go there, play for DeMarco Murray. I think this is a case, and a lot of cases are this way with DeMarco, but the fact that he's played in the league, I think a lot of times people say, well, that doesn't mean a whole, it means a lot. Okay. And DeMarco Murray, having been there and done it many years in the NFL, once again is showing how good of a recruiter DeMarco Murray is relationship wise, not with the kids, but with the parents. And this is another one, a 4-star that he's able to get, guys.
Yeah, playing in the league is one thing. A lot of guys play in the league, become top trainers after it just because they made it there. Didn't even have to really do anything. They made it there. DeMarco Murray made it to the league and was the best running back in the NFL for a good chunk of time, all-pro running back. So, the ability that DeMarco Murray has to just shut down these running back recruitments is second to none. That's why it was so important for Oklahoma to be able to keep them.
Yeah, and something that's also forgotten about is how we were talking about how Oklahoma may only take one back in 2025. Well, they already have one of their 2026 guys committed in Jonathan Hatton Jr. So you're just talking about numbers even getting more slim now. What are the chances he sticks out his commitment through this whole time because it's still so early? That's to be determined. We really don't know what's going to go on there. But what, Hunter?
You also have another one in 2026 that if he wants to jump in the boat, you can't tell him no. Caden Jones.
Exactly.
So that's a year that you would think is a 2-back system of your one from out of state and then Caden Jones' legacy to where you get him as well. And it seems like this time of the year, it's so easy to overreact on some things like roster-wise, but I mean, the recruiting classes that Oklahoma's putting together, it's hard to not overreact with the guys that they're bringing in, the depth that they're building across the board. DeMarco Murray, Emmett Jones, Todd Bates, Miguel Chavis. The list goes on and on. Brandon Hall, Jay Valai. You can name it just about every position coach bringing in really good recruiting classes.
Yeah, and you really now are starting to see Brent Venables and the staff not necessarily take a lot of guys just due to the fact that they need to build competitive depth, but they're starting to become even more selective on who they offer as well.
Yeah, good point. And there you have it, guys. Another commitment for Oklahoma. And this one, like Hunter said, puts them back in the top 5 in the rankings. They keep putting these top 5 classes together. It's going to mean a lot down the road because you're stacking class upon class. So 4-star running back Tory Blaylock has committed to the University of Oklahoma. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Till next time, Boomer.